In the 1980s, skateboarding exploded off the streets of California, sending a shockwave of stoke felt around the globe. But with any boom comes a bust. In a few short years, skateboarding's popularity began to wane in the mainstream marketplace. Skate parks closed their doors and companies went out of business. Kids grew up, but the stoke never left. This is the story of one of those kids, all grown up.
¡Ya voy! Por fin lo consiguió aquí en este nuevo video de Sorlac 500. John Aguilar parece que ya recuperó la fuerza. Estamos filmando aquí para hacer un nuevo video Sorlac mexicano. Disaster to Smith. Stol, que va muy bien. Disaster to Smith, viene. John ya está.
Mi nombre es John Aguilar, tengo 50 años y nací y crecí en la Ciudad de México. My name is John Aguilar, and I'm 50 years old, and I was born and raised in Mexico City. Mexico City, growing right in the city, it's the noise, the traffic. If you go to the market, you hear all these voices and people and talking to you and trying to sell you this stuff. Any big city probably, just different language. That's the thing in Mexico. Even though we're close to the States, everything comes later, a couple years later, 2, 3, 4 years later. At that time, there wasn't any skate shops still, you'd always get your boards from somebody who was going to the States. Thrasher was like the Bible. Oh, there's a Thrasher, steal it, we'd never. Yeah, it was a catalog, and you daydream and watch and look at the pictures, and all the big names. Oh, bring me this one if you can find it, and this and that. If not, whatever. My mother, being from the States, married my Mexican dad, so we lived in Mexico City. I was born and raised there, but we'd come and visit my grandmother here to the States, in Washington State. Yeah, sometimes I'd come back and would have 3 decks in the luggage and trucks, and my dad would be always like, for your friends. That's one thing. My parents always were supportive of that. In Mexico City, there's a very now it's kind of famous in the city, well known. It's a fountain that got drained. You could hit it up, board slide. You could ollie, grind it. That was the meeting point right there back in the day. Then we hooked up Cesar Delgado, for me, the skate mentor, because he is the guy that opened the first skate shop in Mexico City, and it took off. It took off.
Skate parks started popping up. 4 main ones,
Heartbeat Club, Skate In, Rancho Skate, Skate Paradise, like 92, just went dead. And no more vert and skating. And Jay closed the shop. He went belly up because it was no longer, the boom just went, Had my first daughter, Surya, 95. I was going out with Olga, my wife. So we've been married for 20 plus years. Now it's like, wow, Dad, gonna work here, or, got stabilized. And when I moved up here, my second daughter, Nina, was born. Around 9 years old, it just evolved and said, Dad, I want my deck, skateboard. I'm like a little skateboard, you know, like, no, like yours. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna roll in, you know, at the bank or whatever. I'm like, okay, knees bent. From there on, you know, look at Nina now. I'm not one of those parents like, you know, if I skate, you gotta skate, you know, and whatever, you know. I never forced it on anything. If she said, or any of my daughters said, oh, you know, I want to do ballet, full on, you know, I'll wear the tutu, you know, I'll dress up too. I think now it's a whole family universe, everything, you know. It's just this ambiance of you know, just skateboarding, creativeness, you know, stoke, friends, you know, family. It's just this whole worldwide thing, you know. So I'm stoked.